Right, this is my apartment here, and this is my little tour of everything which is within walking distance of my apartment here in Nakatsu. So, go down the stairs, and this is my car here. Different one than the last car I've had that since the spring. Car before then was causing numerous trouble, so eventually brought it in. The mechanic said that they didn't think it was still safe to drive, so I had to get a new car at that point. And this is some sort of a public gym right over here, which it's got a parking lot that's sometimes opened, sometimes closed. And from there you can see this little stairway over there, and then the local train station is just right over there. So again, that's a train station there. That's the East Nakatsu train station, which is closest one to where I live. It's not the main Nakatsu train station. It's the East Nakatsu train station, one stop down. Means it's a local train, which means that only runs about once an hour. I mean, it only stops here once an hour. You can hear the other trains going through more frequently. And continuing down the street a bit, just past a local junior high school there. Some sort of a temple here. And over here, there's a bit of a river with a path going through it. Now, it's late December, so I'm obviously not doing this at the most scenic time of year, for better or for worse. You can see those rice fields. All the rice has been harvested, and you're just kind of left with the brown, dried up stalks. At various times of the year, these might be flooded with water during the spring, or they're kind of, everything's looking green in the summer or fall right before the harvest, or right now everything's just kind of a blah color, but you know. Right over there is the temple I used to teach at when we were out of jobs. Local priest there graciously organized classes for us, and this is how I would get there. I would kind of go down the apartment and walk through and cross over the bridge and go over there, and it was a bit more scenic at that time of year, but I quite enjoyed that walk. And if you continue along, there's a little path following the river here. River itself is not the most scenic river in the world. You can see it's kind of encased in this bed of concrete on both sides, which is unfortunately very typical in Japan. But yeah, you know, I always like a nice walk along the river. Often we'll do this more in the evening, just because that's when I have the time to do it, but got the day off today, so it's a bit sunnier out. A lost dog sign. You know, that's always sad when you see one of those, huh? Alright, so I will keep my eye out for this dog. Right, and so I followed the river, short jog along the main road there, and then come out to this little pond here, which is quite nice. Now again, you are going to have to forgive me here. I'm doing this at the absolute worst time of year when everything is just kind of brown and blah. It really does look a lot prettier in the spring. In fact, in the fall, they have all these lily pads in bloom. You can kind of see the brown stalks of them. No, it's not quite the same. But this whole pond, from one end to the other, is just completely covered with these huge lily pads. Can't even see the water underneath it. Then they all go into bloom, and then they all start to die off. And then somebody goes through and kind of cuts them all down. I guess, I don't know, because that would start to become a nuisance if they were all just kind of decaying on the water or whatever. So right now all you have left is the stalks. Have to wait till they come back into bloom. You can see the water going there now. Actually, often when I come here, which is again usually in the evenings after work, that there's not water running there. So I guess there must be kind of an on-off switch. Turn it on, turn it off. Not completely natural. There's also a water mill over there, water wheel. I'll film some of that again when I get a bit closer. Yeah, and just over here we've got this little fountain again. I don't think this is completely natural. It tends to get shut off at night, but it does make a nice little area. There's a water wheel which I've never seen turning. I think it's broken. I doubt it was kind of set up for utility in the first place. I don't think it's grinding corn or anything. But just creating this little country scene here. And yeah, it's, and then there's the main road over there.